You know, man, sometimes things happen in the world where you have to stay away from a certain topic because it's just gotten a little too toxic. Now, up until this point, your boy Muda could have definitely made 30 or 40, maybe 50 videos on the whole Fallout 76 fiasco. You know, I could have talked a whole lot about that shitty canvas back. I could have talked about the rum. I could have talked about them leaking customer information. I could have talked about the fact that they left a developer room on the public version of their game so people could access and get content that was available later. I could have focused on a lot of it, but at some point, you sit down and realize, nah, it's too fucking easy. So you just let it go. All right. Now, at this point, Fallout 76 is still on my fucking path of possible redemption. I still think that it could pull a No Man's Sky. I hope it would. But that is until I saw the last few days come full circle. Now, this story relates to mobile gaming, ladies and gentlemen. And if you remember way back in the day, Bethesda released a mobile game called Fallout Shelter. And it was a game that was accepted by a lot, I would assume, right? Everyone was fine with it. It didn't pull no Diablo Immortal level fucking nipples or anything like that. It was a normal game. So people ended up getting it, playing it, and for the most part, I assume enjoying it. I never heard any backlash about it. Me, I wasn't that huge of a fan. I played it for like maybe an hour, and then I was like, well, delete it off my phone. I don't want the notifications. Don't care. So that was my tale with Fallout Shelter. Now, because of Fallout Shelter's popularity, Bethesda got a new influx of funding, and every other publisher was like, "Damn, son, we could make a game just like that." So you have Warner Brothers making the Westworld mobile game, which just finished its lawsuit, and they lost to Bethesda. That game is going to be shut down March of this year, I believe. All because Bethesda said that there was some infringement going on. Source code was copied, all that bullshit. And, this doesn't surprise me. ZeniMax and Bethesda have been known for their arbitrary fucking lawsuits, literally suing over a name, Scrolls, just because, oh man, I hope nobody remembers that nobody confuses Elder Scrolls with any other fucking scroll out there. I mean, that level of thought processes, I just can't comprehend. I'm not smart enough to do it. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's this kind of shit that already shows me the battered healing of Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is a fucking failure, okay? It is a dumpster fire. It's like a dumpster fire that hasn't been pissed on yet because people are just watching it burn ever and ever more. It has yet to be remained on given a golden shower, okay? It just has not gotten it. But Fallout 76 hasn't always been, at this point, a failure. It's been a failure because of a terrible launch, because of waning player numbers, because of the fact that it went on sale literally a fucking week after it came out, and it's been a failure at this point because of minimal patching that's been occurring to the game right now. If anything, I've seen the game get noticeably worse on my PC copy of the game, but, that could be just due to the fact that there are kinks being currently worked out on. Now, on a surface note, Bethesda is working on their engine, for sure. I've seen some patents kick in at some point where they're definitely going out of the way to update their engine to a more on more AAA standards where they should be, up there with Ubisoft, EA, and Activision when it comes to engines. In terms of giving playability, visuals, performance, not having a fuck ton of bugs in their games. They're working on it. But what shows me is when these arbitrary lawsuits kick off, that they're really, the focus just isn't fucking there. Fallout 76, I still hope, ends up pulling a No Man's Sky and becoming a good game, a playable game, a vision that's gone out. Because when I compare Fallout 76 and No Man's Sky, I think to myself, there's a vision for these games. There's clearly some vision being offered. How impressive was it on release? It was bad. It wasn't executed right. But they have some vision. No Man's Sky met its vision, and it's going above its vision. Fallout 76 has yet to even bring out the roadmap, the fucking pre-patch notes for its vision at this point. Because right now the game is sort of in this standstill. I haven't heard too much about it when it comes to the development side, when it comes to Bethesda communicating to its player base and outside the player base. And now when you're stuck in fucking lawsuits with Warner Brothers over your mobile games, yeah, I don't think you're fucking giving a shit about Fallout 76. At this point, I'm seeing it sort of pulled from like store shelves. So I don't know if this game's about to go fucking free to play right now. That is the ultimate give up. If this game goes free to play, holy shit, will I cream my ball sack at that point. Dude, this is going to be the happiest day. Not really at all, because that is a complete fucking failure of a game launch. If this game goes free to play, I can assure you the backlash you've seen now is going to seem microscopic in comparison to what the backlash is. After paying, what, fucking $90 Canadian for a brand new game and seeing it go fucking free to play, that's going to tilt a motherfucker. But you can never understand, okay? When I compare that, I think of something like Rainbow Six Siege. Right, a game that I actively play. You know, Ubisoft, a big AAA publisher, could have said, you know, when that game launched, it didn't launch right. Siege had a fuck ton of problems. It had a smaller player base. It was a full $90 game with a season fucking pass that realistically you didn't really even need because you could unlock operators. That game should have died. That game should have went free to play considering its launch. But no, they went out of their way to work on that game. The team working on Siege brought their passion, their A game, and made that game one of the most popular shooters out there. Do I believe Bethesda, a big AAA studio, and a big IP such as Fallout, which is as big, if not bigger than Rainbow Six, can that make a comeback? Absolutely. But you're not seeing any passion dropped in. You're not seeing any fucks given. You know, at this point, you're seeing that AAA rush game that's dropped out there without any support being brought on forward to it. And now when you're stuck on these arbitrary lawsuits with Warner Brothers about which mobile game copied which, it shows me where your money and your focus is being sent to. ZeniMax and Bethesda refuse to give any fuck about this game. In fact, I think slowly but surely they wish they could be in a world where Fallout 76 never existed. But that's not a world that I want. I want them to own up to their mistakes. Look, you made a game. I get it. You know, it didn't come out right. It didn't come out close to right. But people have asked, I guess, for a Fallout multiplayer, and you have a vision. You have a product that is out there. Fucking work on it. Stop fighting over these stupid lawsuits. Stop getting involved with this. Show effort on your current games and the games in the future, because if you're not going to work on Fallout 76 the right way, who the fuck should ever expect Starfield or The Elder Scrolls 6 to be a proper release? Especially when you've pretty much admitted they're on the exact same engines as they are now. All I gotta say to this is, fix up your shit, Bethesda. Fix up your game. Fix up everything associated with it. And please, for the love of God, quit banning players and making essays when you can't even fix up your game right or even operate it right. They're banning people for going to this developer room, which I agree with. But at the same time, you're looking at a company that can't even make two separate fucking mirrors of their server, a player server and a development server. It's not fucking hard to do, Bethesda. I can literally come down and teach you. It's not difficult to fucking do. It's any network engine, it's not difficult to fucking do. So when you're seeing that level of schoolyard, kindergarten development mistakes made, you can already tell right now where things are headed to. And this video is not so much for Fallout 76. We'll look at that months, a year down the line, if it ever even changes. This is more attributed to the current status of Bethesda, to ZeniMax Online, to ZeniMax, and also to their future games. Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield are going to have a lot to fucking prove, and this kind of shit does not help bode well for their situation. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the video over here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.